You're Muslim, brother, yeah?
Nah.
Religious?
Nah.
You don't believe in God?
Nah.
What's your alternative? Like, instead of God, what do you have?
Big Bang.
That's in the Quran, by the way. It says, it is we who created the universe with might, and it is we who are expanding it. That's in the Quran.
So what do the Neanderthals believe in?
Well, when you're talking about different species coming from one and another, it's a theory. It's not a reality.
Of course it is.
So you're telling me that all these evolutionary stages happened, and we still have all the stages?
Yeah.
That's not true. There is no half
How
man,
do you
half
know?
ape.
Neanderthal is not ape.
What is it?
Neanderthal is a different human.
We have it?
No, it died out. But we
So
have
they never
people...
survived, but they're supposed to be better than the apes.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we have percentages of Neanderthals in us.
Oh yeah, we have 98% onion in us. If you check the DNA of an onion and DNA of a human being, there's only 2% difference.
Okay, that's
You
not
can
what I'm
look it
talking
up.
about.
The DNA of an onion and the
Yeah,
DNA
I
of a human
know,
being, there's
but
only
we're
2%
not an
difference.
onion, are we? In human DNA, there's one trace amount of Neanderthal. In our
Yeah, that's
DNA.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. You know, when a baby is born, it goes through different stages. Right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't, but anyway, evolution doesn't deny God. Evolution suggests a method.
Is God almighty?
Of course.
Is he all good?
When you say all good, the definition of good and bad is relative. For example, you say it's cold.
Ethical good.
Of course.
What about natural disasters?
Okay, how do you view natural disasters?
Like tsunamis that kill millions of people?
Okay, so let's say for argument's sake, tomorrow something happened that wiped out the whole of humanity. Would you say that's bad?
Yeah.
Why would it be bad? We have a restart.
We don't.
Listen, you see, this is the point people don't understand. If God wants to wipe everybody out and start fresh,
Yeah, that's
where's the
not
problem
good.
with that?
That's not good.
Okay,
That's not ethical
from
good.
what perspective is that bad?
So if I just killed your mom, you would be happy about it?
If it was a crime, then of course not.
Then it's ethical wrong, ain't it?
But this is what I'm saying. If you're a judge and you ordered the killing of a criminal and that happens to be my mom, tough luck. You get my point? Have you read the Quran? Because I don't think we're not, are you familiar with the Quran? What's that?
I can't read.
So what do? You want to listen? You can go clearquran.com, press play, and it will read it for you.
Why would I read that book?
It claims to be from God. You can validate the claim.
Yeah, but it's written by people.
It's not about the writings. It's about authorship.
Have you heard about Telephone, the game?
No.
When I say a word to someone and they say it to like 10 different people and it changes?
Oh, it's called Chinese whispers, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Quran is
How are you
preserved.
sure
We have 15 million people around the world memorizing it from cover to cover. It's a preserved book.
How are you sure that didn't happen to the Quran?
Oh, we don't have changes. This is the amazing thing. It's supposed to change, but it hasn't changed.
How do you know?
I've been to 23 countries. I can walk into a mosque. If they make a mistake, I can correct them. And they won't say I have a different version or whatever.
How do you know that's not like a science fiction book wrote by someone a long time ago?
Have you read the Quran?
No.
Start reading it, because when you're both familiar with the topic...
I can't read.
No, listen to it. You know the funniest thing? You know what you're saying, I can't read? That was the reaction of Prophet Muhammad. When the angel Gabriel appeared to him and said to him, read, he said, I can't read. Like you're saying now.
Okay.
And then the angel said to him, read again. And he said, I can't read. And then he said it the third time. And then he says, read in the name of thy Lord who created.
And you saw that happening?
Say again?
And you saw that happening?
It's not about who saw what happened. You see, we have a preserved book. Bear with me.
It's all about.
Listen, if it's like testing gold. You don't need to see someone at the gold mine to bring gold to your house. You can test it. We have chemicals, we have electronic methods. Same thing with the Quran. If it's from a human source, you will know.
So you can test the guy that died multiple 100 years ago?
We don't care about the guy who died 100 years ago. That's not our problem. I'm saying to
Muhammad.
you, have a message.
You don't care about Muhammad?
Okay. The Quran is not Muhammad. He was
No, I
the
know.
messenger.
He's a
He was the
prophet.
postman. He was the postman.
He's a real prophet. And Jesus was a prophet too, but not the real one.
Bear with me. Of course he was a real prophet. They're all real prophets. In Islam, we believe in Jesus. We believe in Moses. We believe in Muhammad. We believe in all the prophets.
I know that.
No, I understand. I'm saying you haven't read the Quran.
Jesus wasn't the true prophet.
Says who? Says who?
That's what I learned in school about.
No. In Islam, we believe he was a true prophet. Jesus was a true prophet. He
then why are you
delivered
talking
God's
about
message.
Muhammad and not Jesus?
Both of them were true prophets. I'll give you one verse from the Quran, just one, English translation. Chapter 3, verse 84 says, "Say we believe in God and what was revealed to us and what was revealed to Abraham, to Ishmael, to Isaac, to Jacob and the tribes, and what was given to Moses and Jesus and the prophets from their Lord. We make no distinction between any of them, for we submit to God." You see, God doesn't give different religions at different times. God gives the same religion over and over again. So the message that was preached by Moses and Jesus and Muhammad is almost identical. There are some variations due to timings. But
what about Hinduism?
We believe that the Hindu prophets, some of them were prophets of God that was later misunderstood.
Than Islam.
Say again?
It's way older than Islam.
It's not, because in Islam we believe even before humanity, the way to submit to God was always there. When Prophet Muhammad was asked how many prophets did God send, he says 124,000. And the Quran only mentions 25 by name. So we are missing 124,950 of them.
Yes, so with Hinduism.
No, but that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Before humans ever touched earth.
My friend, I'm saying some of the Hindu characters may have been prophets later misunderstood. Like in Christianity, they've taken Jesus as
gods. They're gods, not characters.
So
how are you sure that's one God and not multiple?
Okay, I think again it's easy to, if I have 5 red dots on a red canvas, how many red dots do I have?
It depends.
0, because it's a red canvas. So if I have a red canvas,
it doesn't matter.
Yes, because the 5 red dots on a red canvas would still be red canvas.
Yeah, but there's still dots on it.
But there will be no dots. That's differentiable. Anyway, the point I'm making is if you have 10 gods, but they all agree with each other, it's not 10 gods, it's 1 god. Do you get my point?
No.
My friend, I'll advise you to read the Quran, clearquran.com. If you can't read, listen to it, and God will debate with you. God will discuss with you. God will do the rest. We have a preserved message claiming to be from God. And I'm only delivering the message to you.
How are you sure that what you're saying is right and not what the
I'm not saying what I'm sure is 100% right. What I'm saying to you is investigate. My investigation concluded that it is right? You have to set a criteria. You have to have a standard. In my case, it goes beyond the standard that I'm looking for.
Have you heard about Jediism?
I've heard of many things, but if you tell me they believe 1, 2, 3, I'm happy to investigate and look into it.
Yeah, because you should investigate Jediism. Because you said you have investigated. And if you have investigated every single religion, you cannot be sure.
Listen, I can invent a name and then say, have you investigated this and that? What is the claim? Do they have a book?
The claim is it's a real religion. That's the claim.
But do they have a book?
I don't know.
You see, the thing is, any religion that claims to be from God, there needs to be some scripture or text.
Why?
Because God will give you a full package. He'll give you an example to follow. He'll give you a message to follow. He will reinforce that message time and time again. That's only fair and just.
What if God is not real?
What if I'm not real? What if you're not real? What does the question entail?
What if he's not real? What if he doesn't exist?
Listen.
The thing you believe in, dedicate your whole life to, doesn't exist.
Bear with me. if I don't doubt my existence, I'm not going to doubt my maker's existence. I believe my maker has more right to exist than I do.
Yeah, do you know who my maker is?
Don't say your mom and dad, because they were just a means to an end.
No, they made me.
They didn't make you.
What's a pot maker? What does they make?
You're telling me...
They make pots.
Listen,
My parents made me.
One second. Your parents were part of a process. They had no role. You were smaller than a speck of dust when you started off. They couldn't even see you. They couldn't even handle you. They couldn't do anything. They were
I know, but
part
they
of the
still
process.
made me.
They still didn't make you. The only thing they could have done is they could have harmed you, but they couldn't make you.
So if I have a paper and I spill paint on it, I didn't make that painting?
Okay. Are you saying the process of a human embryo growing is same as you splattering paint on a piece of paper?
You were talking about canvases when I was talking about God.
No, I was talking about numbers. If I have 5 red dots on a red canvas, there are no distinguishable dots because it's a red canvas.
No, but there's still 5 red dots.
I agree with you. There might be millions of red dots in that canvas. But if they all work together, there's only one canvas. So when someone says there's 2 gods, if they don't have different wills, if they don't have divergent ideas, if they don't have divergent will, it's not 2 gods, it's one. Because if they agree on everything, they're one. Like you're one person, but might be trillion cells.
So if a colorblind person that can't see the difference between green and red, and there's 5 green red dots on a red canvas, is there no dots?
Okay. If a blind man cannot see a canvas, does that mean the canvas doesn't exist?
Yes.
For him, yes. But for you and I, it exists.
Yeah.
And in objective truth, it exists. Just because you cannot perceive something doesn't mean it's not there.
How do you know it exists? How do you know that you're real? How do you know that everything is real?
Exactly. I don't doubt my existence. Do you doubt your own existence?
Yes.
Well, you need to go and see a doctor if you doubt your own existence.
No, because you said my parents didn't make me, so I'm not sure anymore.
They didn't make you. They were part of a process.
I'm not real. I'm a ghost.
One second.
I'm a god. What if I'm a god?
One second. You are the result of the creation of God, but you're not God. When you die, God doesn't die. Look, I think you're...
How do you know that I'm not a god?
One second.
How do you know that I'm not Allah showing myself in a human
That's
body?
Christianity. That's Christianity. We don't accept that proposition. Listen.
So
you have questions, which is great.
Prophet.
Listen.
So Jesus was a bad prophet.
What do you mean he was a bad prophet? He wasn't a bad prophet at all.
He's talking about a religion that you don't accept.
That's
the way
Paul,
they think.
Not Jesus. We believe Jesus never said anything wrong. It was Paul. It was other people. It was Peter and others. It wasn't Jesus. There's nothing that Jesus actually said that we disagree with.
Do you think Jesus rose from the dead?
He never died. God does not humiliate his servants in that way. He would not allow Jesus to die.
Isn't he the Son of God?
We are all children of God in that linguistics.
Yeah, but isn't Jesus the Son of God?
If that terminology is used to describe a man of God, if you believe in God, if I believe in God, if we're all children of God, because
he
God
said
is
it himself. God is my dad, he said.
No, he didn't speak English. So he wouldn't use word God, Father, Dad. He wouldn't use any of these words.
No, he spoke Jewish.
He spoke Aramaic.
Yeah, which is a Jewish language.
And you know what he said? My God and your God.
Yeah, and he said
to the people,
God is my dad.
Listen, I understand where you're coming from. In Christianity,
he said that.
They use... One second. In Christianity, they use terms that are more like human relationships, but God is not a human to have those relationships. Just like God is not a man or a woman.
So what is God?
That is a very good question. Chapter 112 of the Quran says what God is. It says, say God is one, the eternal, the absolute. He was not born and he doesn't give... He wasn't born and he doesn't give birth. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. and there is nothing comparable onto it.
So how are we a child of something that is not
That's a Christian terminology that we don't support.
close to us? You said we're the old child of gods.
In
Of
that
God.
terminology, if you want to adopt that terminology, then I'm saying we're all children of God in that terminology.
Yeah. But how can we be children of something that is not even remotely close to us?
But this is the problem with language, isn't it? In Christianity, they adopted God as a father figure who looks after the creation, looks after his children. In Islam, we don't use that because that complicates.
Why is it not a mother figure?
Father, mother, whatever, because in Islam, God doesn't have a gender.
Then why are you saying we're God, the father? Why not the mother?
In Christianity,
or the sister?
One second.
Or the
In
brother?
Christianity, bear with me. In Christianity, they refer to the God as father. That's all I did.
Yeah, but you're Muslim.
I know, we don't use
Not
that
Christian.
terminology. We don't use that terminology.
So what is God then?
God is not a human being. I told you, say God is one, the eternal, the absolute. He's not given birth to, and he doesn't give birth to anything. And there's nothing comparable to it.
So how did the God start existing?
Well, that's a very good question. And
He just spawned in? Like Fortnite?
Bear with me. God is the one who originated everything, including time and space. So God is the one.
So where was he before time and space?
God was God because he created time and space.
So where was he before time and
That's what I'm saying. God is
space?
God.
Yeah, but how can he exist if time and space didn't exist?
Well, that's our paradigm. It doesn't apply to God.
And you believe in this?
Well, you believe there is no God, which is even more far-fetched. It's like saying, listen, a laptop asks you, did you exist before electronics? I did. But the laptop can't get its head round how I can exist without electronics, without electricity.
But if you go far enough, you hear the Big Bang echoes.
Good. That Big Bang goes back to a singularity, and that singularity then expands. God created all of that because God is outside time and space. God is not subject to time and space. Now,
how can you be so sure?
Because if you read the Quran, you will find He's the sublime, He's the tremendous, He's the beginning. He has no end.
Okay, I know you believe in all of this, but what if it turns out to be wrong?
Okay, there are three possibilities. One possibility, I'm right. One possibility, you're right. Another possibility, both of us are wrong.
Yeah.
If I'm right, you're in deep trouble. If you're right, I have no troubles.
Why am I in deep trouble if you're right?
You don't believe in God. You don't believe in any standardization or any form of...
So God doesn't like me because I don't believe in Him?
I didn't say we like or dislike. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is if you're right, nothing happens to me.
How am I in trouble then?
Bear with me. Let me finish. If you're right, nothing happens to me after life. Because you believe there is no afterlife, correct?
Yes.
Good. I believe there is this life and there is afterlife. And you're accountable for what you do in this life and you will be judged in the next life. If I'm right, you will be judged, and since you didn't prepare for that judgment and for that day and for that meeting, you are in a bit of a pickle. You'll be in a bit of a trouble because you didn't prepare for it. You didn't respect the limitations of God.
How is God who to say what I did was wrong?
Well, this is the thing.
What if my ethical thinking is different?
Okay, I will touch onto that, but let me finish the logic first. So if I'm right, we believe in afterlife, and we believe unless you prepare and you stick to the limits set by God, you are a transgressor and you're held accountable. Now, if you're right, nothing happens to me because you don't believe in afterlife. Okay? Now, in terms of, how is something right or wrong, who decides, and listen, if God is the one who created everything, if God is the one who's going to judge, ultimately God is the one who decides what you've done is right or wrong. Not me, not you.
Then how can you say I'm in a pickle then?
Because from the guidance we have, there are certain requirements placed on you. If you don't meet those requirements, you're in a pickle.
So you're saying that your ethical thinking is right and mine is wrong?
I'm saying based on empirical evidence, what I'm proposing is correct. What you're proposing is, it's like atheists. When I discuss with them, what do they bring to the table? Absolutely nothing. We don't know, we can't know, we don't know.
Science.
Science is an observation of reality, right?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. So you want to observe God, yes?
Yeah.
Good. Tell me your matrix. Tell me your measurement. Tell me what it is you're looking for to say there is God.
Nothing, because he isn't real.
That's what I'm saying. So you need to define what God is first before you can say it exists or it doesn't exist.
God is a myth.
For you, but have you defined what God is? Because we might
God
be
is
talking about the same thing.
God is one. God is creator of everything, like you said.
That's what I'm saying. Read the Quran, take the definition, and then test it.
And then it's a myth. What if it's a myth?
For you, it's a myth. I agree with you. You know the declaration of faith of a Muslim? We say there is no God, there is no deity, there is nothing. But we don't stop there. Except the one true God that is God. And Muhammad is the messenger, Moses was messenger, Jesus was messenger.
So what if there's a different God that is not Allah and he hates both of us? What do we do then?
Good. Very good question. When you understand the definition
Are we
of God,
both in the pickle
let
then?
me finish. When we understand the definition of God, there can only be one God. And when we understand the definition of God, for you to latch onto the true God is very easy.